Hey, Ms. J. My name's Atul.
My name's Abdullah,
My name is Kennedy.
and today we'll be interviewing Kennedy about her past nicotine addiction. The first question we have for you, Kennedy, today is what was the hardest part about quitting?
I'd say the hardest part about quitting was the withdrawals. And the one withdrawal that was honestly repeating, that was the hardest thing to quit, was just honestly wanting to vape every 2 seconds. And the hardest part about quitting is honestly just the withdrawals in general, because it comes with nausea, trouble sleeping, fatigue, etc.
Just one quick question about your backstory. What actually got you addicted to vaping? Was there any reason, or you just liked it? How did it start?
I honestly, the first time that I got swept and addicted to nicotine was when I tried it in 5th grade and didn't get addicted until 7th grade to the ending of 10th grade. It was when I first tried it, and honestly, the first thing that swept me was the different flavors and how you can choose from over 100 flavors. And it was interesting at first because you don't know you're addicted until you honestly see the harmful effects of what nicotine can do to your body.
Yeah. I totally get what you understand, because like you're so like amazed with the variety and the versatility you have with everything you can do. You know what I mean? You can get mods, you can get disposables, you can get pods. There's a lot of things you can do with it. So it kind of gives you that sense of like choice, as is with clothing nowadays, and that's why people kind of get addicted to buying shoes and stuff. So I see how that follows into vaping. So like we know you quit. So what were some of the struggles you had with withdrawal? Like, did you have like some nights where you couldn't sleep because you didn't get your buzz? Or
The struggles were honestly constant nausea, pain, trouble sleeping, always or mostly uncomfortable, feeling sad, the list goes on. It was just, the withdrawals were honestly the worst part of quitting and just anything in general, because of the feeling you had not having it, and it's just the little buzz that would honestly just fulfill your day was still affecting and harming your body, which is the really bad part.
yeah, I get that.
So one question which I had was, how was your family, like how are they open with this, or how are you open with them?
Honestly, I was way more open with it with my mom than I am with my dad. Before I moved here and came to this school, my nicotine addiction was really bad, especially with the high school that I went to and the crowd that I hung around with, and just people that I associated with in general. I would honestly pay like certain friends to just be like, hey, can you like go get me a puff, or like, hey, can you go, what we called them were Nick sticks. It's just like, it's a funny thing, but don't get into
Yeah.
Right. Just a different environment, just really, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So, to what extent did nicotine like actually interfere with your day-to-day life? Like, where did it like limit you from doing certain things? When did it jump into like let's say you were like having a birthday, and then you're like, okay, I need this buzz now. You know, like, to what extent did that happen?
When I noticed it was bad and I needed to do something was after 4 years of vaping, and it was the day where I had horrible withdrawals. Like, I was vomiting, I had horrible nausea, horrible stomach pain, And that day I decided to tell myself that it was horrible to see myself as well, my body the way it did, as I was always pale, mostly like ghost look. I was super pale. But in conclusion, it was just a day after school when I decided to quit vaping.
As we know before, you have told us that you actually visited the hospital. So if you're fine with us asking, would you like to tell us like what happened that day or how it led to a hospital visit?
Yes, I am fine with answering that. It was when I was with a group of my friends, and it started after I hit, excuse me, my nicotine device, and I started to not breathe, and I couldn't breathe at all. And my friends were freaking out, asking, Kennedy, like, why are you turning pale? What's going on? And I couldn't breathe or talk at all. So she ran to go get her mom, and all of my friends, they rushed me to the hospital, to the ER, and they took me to the ER, and they told me it was all of the smoke in my lungs and how I needed to quit vaping because it was super bad for my breathing. And when I was laying there in the hospital bed, I was just trying to breathe because they put me on a breathing machine, and the doctors were telling me that I was wheezing while breathing and telling me that it was super bad and that my lungs are possibly going to collapse.
Wow.
So Kennedy, just to close off, what's something you want to tell our MSJ student body about vaping and what they should do to stay away from it, as you firsthand experienced its pleasures and its dangers?
I would like to tell students at MSJ, if you do vape, please quit, or quit as fast as possible. You are harming yourself as well, your body. I do not recommend it at all. You are putting your lungs as well, your whole body, in dangerous. Just because it has flavors does not mean anything. Please protect your body and be safe.
Thank you, Kennedy. Thanks again for coming out for the interview, and thank you for sharing your past addiction.
And thank you for watching the interview.
Bye.
Toodaloo!